What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Virtual Steve Show. On tonight's episode, we're doing something a little bit different, as you can see. I'm actually building a Quest 2 stream from scratch, from the beginning. We're going to be starting in OBS. I'm going to be starting with a blank slate. I've been watching a lot of videos on people streaming like stuff like Resident Evil 4. I actually own the game now, haven't played it yet. My original plans for tonight were to stream Resident Evil 4, but I don't have a proper setup for it yet. I want this to look nice and crispy and beautiful. I've been watching a lot of different formats that people have been using to stream Quest content. It's pretty tricky because I'm going to be on one side of the screen, and unless you stretch the crap out of the gameplay, which personally I've seen that done, a lot of people do that, I think it looks really bad. So what I want to do is from about here over is going to be the gameplay for the Quest 2. And then on this side, I'm going to be over here, nice and big and tall, but I'm going to have some fancy animations in the back. And we're going to be using Blender to make some models, to make it look pretty, make it look animated. We're going to do some kind of looping. So we're going to be doing all this from scratch. And yeah, I'm going to figure out how to use this green screen a little bit more. I'll do a quick little tour of the room. I haven't really done this yet on the channel. So I can show off my stream room here a little bit. All right, let's turn this around. So this is where I am streaming from. This is a very interesting room where there's this cutout here. Of course, the lighting is not perfect for this camera angle here. So yeah, there's a cutout back here. And originally I had my desk all the way pushed back against this wall. You can see I got a lot of room to work. But you run into an issue when the desk is that far back. You end up getting these walls. You get this wall, and then you get this wall in the shot of the camera. So unless I put green screens on those walls, the green screen element is hard to do with the desk all the way back. So I bring the desk forward into the room, and we kind of just waste that space back there, but whatever. This works good for streaming. And then back here, we have our green screen. I got an extra light here that I haven't really needed to use. Thankfully, because this room has tons of overhead LEDs. You can see there's 4 there, and then we have another 4 here. Let me see if they're showing up on camera. So this lights it pretty good, but I'll turn this little light on over here just to see if we can get a little bit better keying maybe. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Watch, I'll aim it at the green screen. This is with it off. That's with it on. It doesn't even really do anything, so it's just going to add more heat to the room. I ran into an issue before I went live where I was going to have a 2-camera setup, but apparently when you're using these Logitech C920s, I think that's what they are, I forgot that I used to have this old setup where you have to get different drivers for each camera for OBS to recognize both, because ideally I would be using this camera as well for when I'm doing the desktop portion of the show. But I should just be able to unmount this camera for a moment while we're doing the modeling in Blender and stuff. So let's get the stream situated. First, I'm going to get just sort of the placement of the camera for when I'm playing VR. So I think this is good. I think I want to be about this, not this big maybe. I can shrink it down a little bit, but I think this is good here. This gives me plenty of room to move around. We'll crop out the sides here. I think it's going to be good. I kind of want to be in the center more of the frame. So we'll move the camera over. And we'll get that going first. So quickly, I'm going to show the desktop screen. You won't see me for a second here, because again, I don't have that second camera, unfortunately. Unless I use my phone. I could use my phone maybe. Shit, I don't even have my phone on me. I better go get it real quick. I don't need it. That's fine. Okay. All right, so let me show my screen. So first thing we're going to do is key this out. Okay. Oh, how do I do this? Well, this is interesting. So I want you guys to be able to see it too, but this is tricky. I never thought about how to record OBS while you're trying to show what you're doing in OBS. So we're going to add a filter to, see if you can see this. Okay, you can see this. We're going to add a Chroma Key Filter. There it is, Chroma Key. We'll just stick with the default green. I like to slide the smoothest down, spill reduction down. We're going to crank the similarity up until it vanishes. Boom. Just until it vanishes, though. That's good. Now I can make this big because we're going to crop it. So what's funny about this is now I can actually just have the camera back there. You can notice the top kind of got screwed up a little bit. I can maybe crop that a little bit. Let's see how that worked. Okay, that worked. So that's the basic setup. We're going to be doing some fancy stuff where I'm going to be having a reflection. I'm going to do the Resident Evil 4, the 4 from the logo is going to be behind me on this portion of the screen right here. And I'm actually going to try to do a thing where I do a little reflective, either shadow or reflection. On my one setup I'm actually doing a sweet thing with my desk that I have in front of me. If you guys seen it on my other streams that I've done recently, I'm in front of a desk and actually have reflections of myself on the desk. It's actually pretty advanced with like multiple layers and reflections from the background. I won't get into it on this stream, but I haven't seen anyone done that yet. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like compositing in OBS, so it's something that's a little bit different. All right, let's get the Quest gameplay going. I can actually probably put my Quest on real quick. Maybe we'll even get Resident Evil 4 loaded up. I haven't done a stream like this before. This is interesting. It's like an OBS live. Okay, so yeah, we're doing this from scratch, so it's going to be a moment before I can actually cast and stuff. So it wants me to create a Guardian. We'll just do that real quick. You guys have all seen that before, I'm sure. I'm setting my floor height. And I've noticed even some content creators, their Guardians are showing up in the gameplay, so maybe they just have smaller rooms. But I'm going to make this nice and big, so I never get the Guardian showing up while I'm playing. I'm going to be stationary anyways while I'm playing Resident Evil 4. And other VR games, really, unless we're playing something like T for God. Okay, this is fine. Confirm, confirm. All right, so I am going to cast. I got to go to casting. I haven't really done this before, so I got to find it. Sharing, there we go. Cast. I'm going to cast it to the computer. Boom. Okay. Open link in browser, so I got to go set this up in the browser now. Okay. This is a really sweet add-on here as well, where you can control your filters for different sources, animate things by just clicking these. I'm not going to do that now, but so let's go to casting. I wonder if I bookmarked it yet. No, I didn't. I probably should bookmark it though. So we're going to go to Oculus Casting down here. I have it. We're going to bookmark this sucker. This browser doesn't support casting. That's right. We got to open it in Chrome. So I don't even have Chrome. Oh, I got Chrome down here. Oculus Casting. Yeah, streaming with a Quest 2 is pretty frustrating. Pretty frustrating, but that's okay. All right, Oculus Casting, here we go. This should show up. Okay, so I have my headset on so you can see it's doing something. I'm going to put OBS to the side real quick just so I can see. All right, yeah, you guys can see that now. All right, we're going to make this full screen. There's settings here. Widescreen crop, which I know some people do. I actually reached out to Virtual Oasis Mike and ZimTalk5 on their Discord because they're both well-known VR streamers, and I was getting a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff of how they capture their stuff. They use different methods, so I'm using a little bit of a combination of both, but actually my method's going to be a little unique. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to crop this straight up, I think. Or actually, you know what? I might... Oh, you know, I can't control it from there. It's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into OBS here. I'm going to make a source. It's going to be a window capture source. Actually, I already have one made. But all you do is you go to window capture, you make a new one, name it what you want. This one I called QuestCast Window Source. There it is. I'm going to use a filter There's a reason I'm doing this 3D transform filter to move this to the left side of the screen. So I'm going to place this part of the... let me go into a different scene so we can actually get like a scene that's not black here. Let's load up Resident Evil 4, maybe just put it in the background. We're going to get like the title screen on or something. That'll be exciting. Okay, Resident Evil 4. This will be the first time I launch the game. How do I go to my library? I wonder if you guys can see this right now. I think you can. I'm curious, actually. Let me see. Okay, good. You can see that. Okay. You can tell I really don't know how to navigate a Quest 2. Normally, I just use the Quest 2 for playing PC VR. All right, let's go to play. We're just using this for background images. Oh, I should make my camera on top of the screen as well. This way I can at least appear. I can at least say hi. Boom. Okay, so we got the footage. Now I'm going to use the 3D transform filter to, and it looks like I already tried cropping this before. See, this is tricky. There's really no way I can show this. Damn it, I don't think I can capture this because I need this on top to show you guys what I'm doing. So this all might not be worth doing live. Wow, this is really choppy. Maybe it's because I'm not in a game or something. Okay, anyways. Hey, why is it doing that? What the hell? Oh, it's because I'm out of my boundary. I'm just going to change my room scale boundary to be super wide. Confirm. I'm going to go all the way back there. All the way around here. Over here. All the way around. Oh god, it's screwing up. Okay. Yeah, once we get into the blender portion of the... Oh, why did it make a boundary there? I don't want that. Bastard. Alright, let's just go to the home screen maybe or something. I don't know. There's probably a better way to do this, but... Alright, I can use this edge here that's on the screen to know where the edge of the window is. So I'm going to just change my X position in the 3D transform. Let me do this. 3D transform, you're going to change your X position. Oh crap, my stupid headset turned off. Might have lost my chat now. I need some like background music or something. Okay, there it is. 40, we gotta go the other way. So we're gonna go -50. Try -30. -20. This is a nightmare right now. My Quest is acting up too. Come on, you piece of junk. I wonder how laggy this is. Is this always going to be this laggy? Alright, let me try doing like a... Let me do a stationary boundary. I think that's going to help. Yeah, I've been very unimpressed with the Quest 2's, like... Just always screwing things up. Alright, there should be a way I can change my... Actually, I can probably just leave this screen up here. Okay, that works. So we need to go to -42, -44. I'm going to try -43.5. Okay, so -44 gets you right on the edge. And there is a reason I'm doing this. We're going to add a mask over this. And fade it. So I got to find the other edge now. Wow, that's so small. Jesus. Okay. All right, I'm just going to crop it for now, I think. So we can at least get the basic idea. And it's getting hot in this sweater. I should not have worn a sweater. Okay, so as you can see, like that window, that's the default output of that window. That's the default size. Stationary boundary, let's try this again. Okay. Armature. Resident Evil 4. Whoa, this looks really good. Oh boy. Yeah, this looks insane in the Quest 2 headset. Okay. So we're not going to play the game. But that's the capture that we're going to get. There's a delay. I'm going to move my hands around here and see what it looks like. It seems to at least be smooth, other than the delay, so I think that's good. And you can see I didn't crop it all the way there. I don't think. Yeah, I got to crop it a little more. Okay, so we're going to be done with this portion of it. I'm going to take a quick screen grab, though, of this. And we're going to throw this in a WordPad or something. I don't know how to do this. Okay, that's fine for now. Okay, now we got to do the desktop portion of this. Ooh, it's getting hot. Okay, so up next we're going to go into Blender and we're going to make a Resident Evil 4 custom-made logo. So I got to take this camera off of this mount, and unfortunately it's screwed on, so it's going to be fun. So it might get a little dizzy for you guys for a second. Close your eyes. I'm going to try to twist this. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Okay, I can sit down for a minute, cool down. I might just take this sweater off, get the white tee going. Oh yeah, I'm hot and sweaty. Okay, so for now, we're just gonna make this camera small, we don't care. I'm just gonna chill out back here. I'll turn the filter off too for the green screen. That's fine for now. I'm curious if, I see my headset's not even on. Which means I probably lost my chat notifications. Let's see if I can activate that. Testing. All right, we're still working, so let's get into Blender. Chat's still working, that's good. Let me get my OBS over here so I can see what's going on. Where'd my camera go, yo? Okay, so we're gonna open up a project that I already started. I already kind of started working on this, so Quest Stream, this will speed up the process along. So what I did online was I found an image of the Resident Evil 4 logo. Then I used File, Import, Images Planes. So this is an add-on that you have to enable in Blender. You go to Edit, Preferences is built into it, and just search for Image. And then you just activate it, click it on, Import Images Planes. That'll allow you to take any image and bring it into Blender as an object. And it even keeps transparency, which you can use for things. But right now what I'm doing is, I started this earlier, we're just tracing around the 4. So we're pretty much going to recreate it. There's other automated ways you can do this, but I found the results work best if you do this manually. Plus you can get better topology and stuff like that. So I think I finished up those portions. All we got to do is this little portion here and this little portion here. So this is an object that I have right here. I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode, and then we're going to hit shift A, go down to single vert. This is also a preference you have to enable. So if you go to edit preferences, similar to images planes, type in mesh, and then you'll find this one that's extra objects. It's built into Blender, you just have to enable it. So what this does is it gives you this single vert that you can add in, which is going to go to your cursor position, which will be around that that circle thing down there you can see. So I'm going to just move this in place, and then I'm going to hit E to extrude, and just keep hitting E, keep positioning it, trying to keep some kind of topology going here. You kind of have to use some judgment as to where the beginning and end of this stuff starts, because I don't know who created this PNG file, but it wasn't great resolution. Tip here, if you select 2 of anything, you can hit F on the keyboard to join them. So you can do the same thing with 2 edges. You can hit F. 2 edges, you'll make a face. 2 vertices, you'll make a edge. So we're not going to make faces yet. This one over here, I don't know how to translate. I think we're going to just lose this little strand here. I don't really care about that too much. So we'll add another single vert. I'm going to move it over though. Oh, where'd it go? I don't know where it went. We'll just undo. Okay, shift A, single vert, add. Where the hell is it? I don't know why it's not working. Let's move our cursor. Is this it right here? No. Shift A, single vert, add. I don't know where it is. I don't know why it's not showing up. I run into this issue sometimes. We can just add a new object. We'll just join these together. So I'm going to go to mesh, single vert, add it. Oh, I know why it's not showing up. So yeah, this is why it's not showing up. So if I go back into edit mode, I wasn't in vertice mode. Now it's down here. I was in, you hit 2, you go to edge mode. You hit 3, you go to face mode. Right now there's no faces, so we go back to vertice mode, then it shows up here. Now we can move it. Okay, this should be pretty quick. Extrude. Once you get into curves that have a lot of definition, that's when you start needing lots of points. This is going to be kind of small on the screen, this element, so it's only going to take up maybe 1/10 of the screen. So I'm fine with it not being perfect with the amount of edges. Now I don't know if I should make that wider. I can't tell if this white stuff is part of the logo or not. It looks like it kind of, maybe we'll move this one up a little bit. And then we'll sort of blend into this part here, because it looks like this part up here is getting back into like the metal of the 4. And we are going to make this like a metallic type of material. I have an idea where I want to do the 4 in the background, so it's going to be behind me when I'm in VR. It's going to be little metallic-y and shiny, and then I want to have the 4 on a wood wall, like an old wooden wall, if you think of like the shacks in Resident Evil 4. And then I'm going to have some torches on it that are going to be animated. They're going to loop with a flame on the end of the torch, and you'll get all this nice lighting on the wood walls, and you get the lighting reflecting off of the 4. It'll look pretty cool, I'm hoping. I don't know how I get these ideas, but they just, you know, it's a gift. It's a gift from above. Okay, we'll join these. Okay, so now if we hit A to select all the vertices, and we hit F We should have got a bunch of faces. Now we can go into face mode and just make sure we got individual faces here. Yes, yes. And we can hide our thing for now. So you can see that actually turned out pretty damn good. I think that looks pretty good. What I noticed though about this picture is it looks like almost the 4 is kind of like a blade where it has like raised edge here. So I think what I want to do, I think I want to inset all these faces. So let's go back into edit mode. Let's select all the faces. First of all, I want to actually go back into object mode. Let's make sure this is all one object. I'm going to delete this other vert. I'm going to rename this to 4 underscore verts. And then I'm going to duplicate it. And then we're just going to hide the old version. There we go. Kind of just saving its progress there in case we screw this next step up. Okay, so now we're working with the copy. I'm going to select all faces and I'm going to inset them. And this will work well if you did your topology good, which is another reason why I do this custom. So inset with I, and you can see we get lots of errors. But if we hit C to clamp, I think that will... Sometimes that fixes it. It looks like we kind of screwed ourselves here somewhere with the topology. Oh, I think I know what it is. Control Z. Let's get out of this. We need to apply the scale, I think. So if we go in object mode and we hit Shift A, or no, Control A, we can apply all transforms to this. I don't know the technical reasons behind this, but that sort of rescale stuff. So yeah, this is not working either. So another thing I'm thinking, maybe if I do one face at a time, inset, I get a little bit more control. Clamping. I thought there was a clamp. I don't know why I'm not seeing clamping in here. Boundary. Offset even, offset relative. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just undo some of this. So that might not work, what I was trying to do. Might not work. We can maybe modify the mesh a little bit to work better. Yeah, you think you'd be able to inset this just fine. Maybe it's our origin up here. Maybe we want to do individual origins or something. Let's try that. Alright, my inset settings are off now, that's why. I don't know how to get these back to default. Offset even, boundary, okay. That's what we want. Oh wow, that's really weird. Let's go back to bounding box center maybe. Yeah, something got screwed up. It's one of these settings that I screwed with in the inset. I don't know which one I screwed up. Offset even maybe. Offset relative, let's get rid of those. Okay. We're just going to go with this. This will give me a little bit of edge, give me a little bit of extra shine detail. What I can do, see what's going on down here. Yeah, maybe it's because I had a point there, you know. So I can grab each of these individually and kind of fix this up a little bit maybe. I think this geometry up here is bad. What's going on here? Some kind of crazy... I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to delete this whole object and just start over. I think I might have screwed up somewhere and not noticed when. That's why it's good to make these copies. So we'll Shift D, copy it, go back. Let's start with a smaller piece, see if these settings are good. Okay, I thought there was clamping. Shift-C. I'm going to Google that real quick. You know, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Just a little bit of definition. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with the other ones. We're going to inset just a little bit. Something happened down here. So we can inset just enough until it starts to get screwy. Yeah, that's not really what I was looking for. I was hoping to be able to inset these more. I think it's got something to do with this. The points. I don't know why it's doing that. This should be fine though. Like I said, the amount of detail that I need in this is not really that great. I spent way too much time actually on this. Yeah, this one we're going to have to fix down here. Some kind of crazy overlapping happening or something. That should be good. Yeah, there's something going on here too. What's this crap? Yeah, see, this is going to screw everything up. I think I know what it might be. Back to the drawing board. Delete. Sometimes you screw up when you're making the mesh and you make extra vertices. So I'm going to select all. This actually might help anyways. I'm going to do merge vertices by distance. Look at that. We got one hit. So that one vertice might have been screwing things up, but I can actually crank this up a little bit. And that'll help, I think. We got some screwed up stuff down here. Delete vertice. That might have helped. Let's take a look at our vertices before we move on. Yeah, these points kind of screw you over there, I think. What's going on here? Is there two there? I didn't think I was going to take this long on just the basic geometry of the four, but that's okay. Alright, let's duplicate this now. I think this might work better. And let's select all and then inset. And it's still kind of screwy. But we can do them all at once. At least it doesn't have that big giant one that was all janked up before. So let's fix this one down here. This one's definitely the worst. Yeah, something bad happened there, but that's okay. It shouldn't matter. Okay, so we're going to select all. We're going to give this some 3D geometry. Now we're going to extrude them all in the Z just a little bit. Then I'm going to grab the interfaces. And I'm going to extrude these. Actually, I'm going to grab them in the Z a little bit. And that gives me that nice edge where we can get some light reflecting. I want to right click, shade smooth. And you can see we got some topology errors here. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I think I can fix that though with remesh. No, not remesh. Normals, auto smooth. Yep. Okay. Yeah, anytime you shade smooth, you usually want to also use the auto smooth feature and mess around with the degrees there. I find that the 30 usually works pretty good. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. All right, let's get some lights in here. I was hoping to be able to find a flame effect online. Maybe we can find one on Google real quick or on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Let's do a search for, oh, look at, I'm live. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Let's do a search for looping fire. So this is not going to be the end fire that I use, but we want a quick one. We want one that's short. Oh, look at that little lo-fi one. A minute 30. I'm looking for like something like a minute long. Endless looping fire. We're just stealing this from this user. That might get some cool effects on it. Might actually be able to use this. Is it download on here or something? Why's it got thumbs down? Alright, whatever, we're just going to use this. This is just to get the idea going. Go home, YouTube downloader, I use this a lot. To download stuff. Get the link. Download. I'm going to save this to the Queststream thing. Don't click on any of this stuff ever, folks. Don't do it. Let it finish downloading. We're going to add that in to light the scene with the fire effect. We also need to grab a wood wall. So let's go to Google. Finish downloading. It's almost there. This is a thing that you guys need to learn about here is Google Advanced Image Search. So if you go into Google and just type Advanced Image Search, you'll get this link to this site. I keep it bookmarked because I use this a lot for when I'm making thumbnails and stuff. Why this is so good is that you can do stuff like this. We'll go old wood wall, and we can specify the image size and other things as well. Aspect ratio, transparent if you're looking for transparent logos, stuff like that. Okay, advanced search. We want to find something that resembles something you would see in like a Resident Evil. I kind of like this one. That might give us enough. I think that's what we want. Some other ones here too. I'm going for like that shack look. That one's pretty cool too. These are stock photos that they have like. This one looks like it's kind of free to use, sort of. I think I can use this one. I think this will work. Free download. Attribution required. Okay, I'm not really sure what that means. Whatever. We'll grab it for now. I'm not making any money on my streams anyway, so I'm pretty sure I can just use whatever I want. I don't think they can sue me. All right, let's get the original size photo. Free license. Download will begin. Now they have evidence of me on this live stream stealing content. Okay. There's actually free. There is free. Let's see if we can get a free one. Free Blender textures ambient CG. Let's look up. See, this is going to be procedural though. This is not going to be. I need something with detail and variation. We're just going to stick with this one for now. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. File, import, images, planes. We're going to grab our wood wall. And let's get some light in here. I'll do initial lighting with this HDRI that I like to use. So Shift A, search environment texture. Plug that into our background. We're going to open up on my downloads. I have this HDRI here. This will give us some good lighting to start. I'm going to turn transparent on in my settings here. Oh, let's go into cycles. Ooh la la, look at them shadows. We're going to turn film on, transparent on. You guys can't see it because it's behind my screen. Okay. Oh, my computer's starting to chug a little bit. Look at that. We'll turn this down to 32 for now. It shouldn't affect anything. All right, let's get in a good view here. Let's scale this up. So what we're looking at is I'm going to open. Actually, I'm going to do another. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. We're switching to the camera view. You can add a background to your camera, which is really good for, you know, setting things up to scale, stuff like that. I took a screenshot earlier, which I still need to save somehow. How do I save that? Oh, you know, it's probably in temp. I wonder if it's in my temporary files. I'm going to go browse my temporary files real quick and see if that got saved. I think that's C drive, users, my name, temp. Where's temp? I don't know where temp is. Anyways. We don't need that. Oh, you know, I'll use the snip tool. So we'll go back to OBS. All right, let's get the quest scene back up here. Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's the scale we needed. Okay, this is good. I'm going to put this here for a second. And I don't know why that looks like that. But I think that's the crop that we needed, so that's fine. So I'm going to do... You guys can't see this right now, but I'm using the snipping tool. And I'm going to try to get this as close as I can to the edges. I'm saving the image. You'll see this picture that I just took in a second. And we're going to use that. We're going to use that as our background for our camera. So let's refresh this. There it is. And we want this to be in front for now. So the reason I'm doing this is because, well, actually it doesn't make sense because I don't think I'm going to have that big. I'm still going to have to somewhat scale that output of the Quest. But I guess this gives me a better idea. So the 4 is probably going to go, it's probably going to be about this big in the back maybe. I'll give it a little rotation. It'll probably be something like this. Okay, I think that's good enough to start. We'll just get rid of that camera thing. This looks pretty good here. Wait a minute, go back to that camera thing. Why was that like that? We gotta bring this all over more. Okay, that's better. Okay, we're on our way, so we can start doing some lighting stuff. First, let's get into this sucker here. I'm gonna chop up this thing here. We're gonna do a loop cut, Control R, and I'm going to delete this face here. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna screw up the mesh. Okay, it didn't. That's good. All right, we're going to start messing around with this. So let's just hide this for now, this wood wall. We're going to really dig into this 4 and make it look pretty cool. So we're going to texture it. Let's give it a material. We're going to make it metallic. Get rid of the roughness. Color. We're going to use the image for the color. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to select everything on it. Then I'm going to go into UV editing. We are going to UV project from view the UV. Is that what I wanted? Let's use Smart UV Project maybe. Project from view bounds. That's a little bit better. All right, we should be able to get that to work. So I'm just going to line this up with my original image of the Resident Evil 4 thing. So how do we do this then? We need to open an image, this. Maybe that's not what I wanted to do. Let's try doing this again. You project from view. Okay, that looks pretty close. So we'll bring this over here. We'll rotate it, scale it. This doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to give us a little bit of detail on there. We'll change this over to Cycles View too, so we can see what it looks like. I don't know why we're not seeing anything yet. Might be because I put it too metallic, maybe. All right, let's just fix this first over here. Try to line this up better. Need a little bit more scale. And some of these are just going to be screwed up. I kind of want the detail that's up here and that more. It's like a spider webbing kind of look. All right, let's go back to our layout and see what that did. I think it's because my metallic is too high. Oh, I know why, because we didn't add the image in yet. So we need to go to image texture. We're actually going to load in that image here. Boom. So because we lined it up with the UVs, it works pretty good. The only thing is we'll get some black issues there. And it's really low quality, but I don't think I'm going to use the full thing. I can actually probably do some math on this. Or I can do mix color, mix RGB. Mix RGB. And we can use this to control how much we want to use of the image or not. This is one way to do it. So if we turn it this way, it uses none of the image. If we turn it this way, it uses all of the image. Let's go back into the UV though and just correct some of this stuff here. Oh, you know what? We want to do circle select, I think. We want to make this circle here. This way it moves it a little bit better. Some of these just got knocked out. Bring them in. I'll get rid of that black that we've seen on some of them, because they were just getting rendered as like transparent or something. Let me check something real quick. How does this work? Okay. All right, the rest of this looks pretty good. Slide these over, slide these over. Just want to make sure nothing's really off. Yeah, that one's way off. Alright, I think that's close enough. Stuff down here got a little wonky, but I don't think there's much I can do about that. Alright, I think that's going to look pretty good. Let's go back to our layout. Now, I want to find a way that I can use... I want to use this image here to control the reflectiveness in certain spots. I only want it in certain spots. I'm also going to use it for the bump. So let's do the bump first. That might look pretty cool. So we're going to do... I think there's a brightness function you can use. Bright contrast. Let's plug the image in here and see what we get. We can control this here. Contrast. Yeah, that should work good. So we're going to use this to try to pull out these features here with the bump. Those features we want to stand out more. So then we'll use some math. And we'll use less than. And we will view this. Okay, I think we wanted to do greater than. Okay. So we can control this now a little bit more. It's not really doing much. Maybe this one. Okay, we can control it there. Control this here. So that's going to be our bump. And you can see there's definitely some crap going on down there. But like I said, this is going to be a pretty small piece of stuff. So let's add in a bump node. We're going to drive it with the height with this here. We're going to plug the normal into the normal. And let's see what that did. Let's see if that did anything. Did it give it any bump? I'm not seeing much. Wonder if I need to activate that in the settings maybe. Oh no, it did. You can see a little bit of bump here. So it did something, yeah. You can see the bump. There, you can see it good from that angle. Gives it that just a little bit more texture. That actually might be all we need for detail. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the reflectiveness. So I think I can use the same thing. I can just drive the metallic with this if I wanted. But it's probably gonna be weird. Let's put a little light over it so we can test out the lighting better. Put a little point light right above it. Increase the strength to like 60. Yeah. This will let us test the... Oh, I better save this project file. Okay, yeah, this is a good way to tell. So we want to invert this, I think. We want those parts that are bumpy to also be shiny. So all we do is come down here, and we're going to invert this. I believe will work. Boom. Yes, that's what we wanted. Okay. So now we want to deal with the color a little bit. Right now the color is being driven by that, which we could just get rid of it at this point. We can kind of customize the color on our own. Kind of like just like white. Maybe give it a little tinge of blue. Kind of give it that metallic look. And I kind of want to put some kind of like streaks through this to give it a more metallic look too. So I might mix the bump or something. Let's try this. Let's try doing wave. We're going to use a wave texture. And we're going to use some coordinates here. Actually, I never used coordinates here. It's interesting. Maybe we don't need them. Bring the scale out like this. This is going to give it sort of like a metallic milled material. Actually, yeah, I can throw coordinates on here so we can rotate it. Rotate. Oh, you know, I think we want diagonal. Increase the scale. And we can use this to mix some colors. Mix RGB. We'll use this for the factor. So if we pick something like blue, something like green, just to get an idea. So you can see, based on the lines, it'll either go one color or the other. But now let's dial this into something that's actually realistic, like a metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just white for the one. I'm going to actually just copy this. I'm just going to go a little bit darker for the second color. This is already looking pretty cool. And we can just increase the scale on these quite a bit. And we can also feed that bump into the other one. Now this is going to be cool. This is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use these lines to affect the bump map, but I'm not going to affect it on the parts that will be shiny. I'm only going to do it on those parts there. So we got to do some kind of math stuff here. So what we'll do is we'll do math. It's going to be some kind of multiply function. Multiply this with this. That's what we're looking for right there. And then we will use that as the bump. I think that's what we want to do. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. This is not very organized, but I think we're on to something. And as you can see, yeah, parts that are shiny don't have those lines. The parts that aren't shiny have the regular metal, but we might want those parts to be a little shiny still, and we might not want these parts to be that shiny. So what we can do is we could use some math in between the metallic to multiply it as needed. So let's multiply, and then we can just kind of dial this in. Go negative, it'll probably invert them. Let's just try like a 3. Alright, I think our 4 is pretty much done. Now what's nice about this though is now when we get any kind of lighting in the scene, let's crank this up to like 200. See, right now this is all getting blown out by the HDRI. Why is that part reflective now? Hold on. Is that what we want? Hang on. I think I might have screwed something up. Yeah, it looks like the other part's reflected. Oh, no, that's what we wanted. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, so we got the 4 done. That's pretty cool. Let's bring back in our wood. And let's remove the HDRI for now. Let's... World HDRI. So all of our lighting is coming from this single point source now. We're going to go GZ. We're going to bring this down. We kind of want the 4, I think, flush on the wall maybe. Kind of like it's part of the wall. So let's go to a side view. Actually, we got to give... Let's do a modifier on this wall. Give it a little bit of thickness. We'll do a solidify modifier. And what that's going to do is just give it this little bit of thickness. Which is nice because when we do the side view, then it's easier for us to bring this in. And I'm actually going to beef up this... I'm going to beef up this 4 a little bit. So I'm going to grab all of the... Turning X-ray mode on so I can grab all the vertices. I'm going to grab them all there, and I'm going to go GZ. I'm just going to beef this all up a little bit. And then I can pull it out a little bit. Okay. We're on to something here. Now, the fire element that I downloaded before, we could use as a light source. This light's way too bright. Change this down to like a 50. Put it in somewhere that would be more realistic, like the side of a room. Probably have another one over here. And this is going to be our background. We can actually just render this out real quick. Let me save it. Just throw it into our quest scene. Oh, it's rendering that out too. We don't want that. We want to give the wood net some bump and stuff too. We're not going to do that now though. It might look fine like that. So I rendered it pretty low. Let's bring this over. Change this up to 124. Oh, let's render with our GPU, please. No wonder it's been chugging. That's probably why my OBS has been skipping, if it's been skipping at all. I was rendering with the CPU the whole time, which actually is doing pretty well. Yeah, the lighting is way too low. We can grab both of these. I don't think we can change it both at once. I only got one light now. It's weird. We'll change these back up to 100. Shift D, X, something like that. See how that looks. Yeah, the wood looks too fake. It looks too flat. So it just doesn't stand out enough, the 4. I need to make it less metallic and more white or something. Let's go back into object mode and see if we can... Maybe we don't want to drive the color at all? Alright, we can do another mix RGB. And then we can just pop in some white. Some overall white. And that, I don't know why the other part's so dark. Not sure why it is. Oh, it's because those lines. Yeah, we gotta fix those lines. So what we'll do is we can either lighten these up. Or maybe it's because of the bump. Bump might be too strong. So if we don't like that part of the bump as much, the line part, I can just kind of reduce that a little bit. So the part that's going into the bump down there, I can multiply. Oh, actually, wait, it's this up here. So I should be able to just multiply it, I think. Math. This should decrease the bump. Oh, we could divide maybe, yeah. Divide it by a bigger number. That's not helping either. What is that doing? It's because the lines are like a 0 or something. I don't know if I want to invert it or something. I don't know what I want to do. I might just not use that part of the bump, to be honest. Just go straight from here to here. Let's see if that looks any better. It looks too... I gotta add smudges to it. That's what I gotta do. It's looking better. I think it looks better like that, though. Let's get our color back in here from here. That added some detail back in, just the color. And we can throw some smudges over the top. Maybe I'll just use like a mix shader. And then we will grab a noise texture. We'll grab another principle. I hate when this headset turns off. My next headset that I'm going to buy is not going to have an auto shut off feature. I hate that. Okay. Noise. Then we want another principle, BSDF. Let's give this some coordinates. I don't know if that's going to matter too much. Maybe throw some object coordinates on there. Oh, no, we don't want... do we want that? Yeah, we do. Let's go transparent BSDF. We're going to do a mix shader. So pretty much the noise pattern is the only thing that's going to show up here, because I'm going to use the factor. Everything else will be transparent. And I can drive the smudge look here. So we'll plug this factor into... Oh, let's just see what this looks like first. Let's crank up the scale. Or crank down the scale. Let's try 0.1. We need to do a math node less than greater than type of thing. Okay, put the scale up something like this. That should be okay. Let's put up the detail. And I only want it to appear in certain areas, so I'm going to use another noise texture here. I'm just going to duplicate this. And we're going to do some math. I'm going to multiply. Multiply. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, we need another less than greater than. This one, though, I'm going to make the scale bigger. Rotate it. What this is going to do is only going to apply those smudges in selected areas with this multiply. So this is the original detail of the smudge. These are the areas where it's going to appear. So if we multiply it, we can control where we want that stuff to appear. Only a couple smudges, a lot of smudges, however you want. You can actually move this around too. I don't want too many smudges, you know. Just some in certain spots. Okay, so that's good. So that's going to control our mix shader. So let's view this. And you can see it's transparent in the areas. So we want to we want to invert this. We're going to flip these. So this will give us, these are going to be our smudges that we're going to put over the other part. And what we're going to do is we're going to go with a brown dirty color for dirt. I could do blood. Blood might look cool actually with reflections on it. Yeah, we can do blood and dirt actually. So we'll make this a little metallic, roughness down so it's shiny like blood. And then we can do a noise texture with a color ramp. And we can do a couple different shades of red. So we'll make one of these reds a little darker. Then we'll plug the noise texture into here. And let's change the scale. That gives us a little variation. Maybe make this one a bit darker. Something like that. I don't know about this scale though. That should be good for now. Let's plug that into there. I kind of lost track of where I was. So that's our blood. Let's see what it looks like if we add it with the other one. What do we gotta do here? What did I do wrong? Let me go back. Okay, so we had this look here. Then we have our blood. We have our blood. What did I just do? Control Z. Alright, so this is blood and this is regular. I want to mix the two. Mix shader. Or I think there's an add shader. Add shader, let's try that. I don't know if it's going to work. I've never really used this one. No. No. Maybe if we flip it. Alright, I think I know what to do. So we just need to do a mix shader and drive it with a factor using the factor that was used here. Yeah, like that. I wouldn't mind if that was a little bit more, maybe even transparent. And that blood should be nice and shiny if I did this right. Let's see. Yeah, we want this pretty much to be like metallic. Specular, sheer tint, roughness down. That looks cool. Okay, so we're going to use the same setup for dirt. So how would I do that? I think I want all of this. Copy, paste. Let's take a look at what it looks like. But then I want dirt, so we're gonna do some brown colors. Something like that. We'll copy this, paste it, make it darker. This should be a bit more transparent though, which is interesting. So I don't necessarily want this completely. I want to also do another math node on this where I want to subtract a little bit. Is that what I wanted? Oh, what the hell just happened? That's pretty cool looking, whatever that is. Let's save. I don't know what just happened. Okay, let's go back to 1. Okay, this is what I wanted. So this will give it a little bit more of the transparent texture in there. Because the dirt will be kind of transparent over it, sort of. And the dirt should go underneath the blood, probably. Okay, anyways, let's take a look at it. Something went wrong. There's my dirt. There's my factor. There's that. So it's just too much transparency. Okay, so we'll just dial this back in. There you go. A little bit of transparent dirt. But we want to mess around with these over here, the coordinates, so it's not exactly the same. So we're just going to rotate this. Rotate it. Move it. Same thing here. Rotate, move. It's hard to see right now, but I'm going to add the dirt back over. Okay, so this is getting kind of complicated. So here we are here with our blood. So we just want to, yeah, instead of adding this one here, we want to add the dirt in first. So I'm going to put the dirt up there. Boom. Take a look. Something got screwed up. Oh, it needs the factor. So it needs our factor from here. That adds the dirt on. Dirty dirt. Smudges. We can mess with the transparency now. Oops, wrong button. Mess with the transparency here. Just throw a little dirt on there. Now we want to add the blood back in. So we'll make another one of these. Add it here. Add our blood. But then we need the factor from the blood. And now we have blood on top of dirt. And now we just got to make the dirt look a little bit more natural. So how do we do that? It looks kind of weird. I don't know if I like the dirt on there. Just smudgy. All right, let's go to the transparency on this and see if we bring it down. It's too dark. Let's bring this up. Maybe make it more transparent now. Yeah, looks okay. Let's render it and just see what we got. I think there's just a lot going on with that 4 right now. There's kind of a lot going on. Maybe we don't need the blood. Maybe we don't need the dirt. I spent a lot of time on all that. So you kind of feel like you need to use it. But honestly, I think this looks better. I guess it was good practice for me. I like the way this one looks better. Okay, we're sticking with that one. What else can we do here in a short amount of time? We can view the render. Image, save as, test, back. Go back into OBS. Let's add it in. Add image. We'll call it RE4 back. Not this one. Okay. Let's just test this. So we got the quest source, which needs to be scaled better. We got the camera, bring it up top. All right. I'm probably going to end this here shortly, so I'm just going to test to see how this looks, at least as a starting point. I don't think we can add the fire effect in yet. Let's try this. File, import, images, planes. We'll try adding the fire and just see what happens. GX, GZ. Let's take a look at our fire. Let's go to a timeline. I'm going to start a new window actually. Horizontal split. Timeline to play. Alright, so something's going on here. Oh, there it is. It's doing something. Alright, this should be good. I think it automatically set the frames. Alright, so we're going to delete this. We're going to use an emission shader and drive it with the image. We're going to get rid of our HDRI. I think we already did, didn't we? Maybe we'll get rid of these lights. Where's my HDRI? Turns this to 0. So I'm going to light this whole scene with this fire only. Let's test it out. So I think it's going to produce light from both sides. So we just got to increase the intensity of this to 10. Ooh. Oh, I like. We can hide this. Why is it? Oh, we need a new collection. Okay, let's move this to a new collection. We'll call it Fire. What's cool about this is we can make that so it doesn't show up in the render at all. You can scale this up. Yeah, this might be really cool once it's animated. Strength of 20 is going to be too much maybe. So what that's going to do is when this is animated, it's going to have pretty much all the effects of the flames changing colors on this back wall here. This is just way too metallic, that 4, I think. I think it's just too crazy with the metallic stuff. I think I went full-blown metallic. I don't even know where this thing ends. There, it's over here. Metallic is being driven by this. And I multiplied it too. Let's see what happens if we cut this one out. No, we definitely want that, but I don't know if we want to multiply. The thing is, I think we want to control it with like a color ramp, maybe. Color ramp. Yeah, I think that's how you do it, because you want your... I wish I had a light to look at. Let's look at this one. Yeah, we want our brightest color. We gotta flip these, I think. Flip these. We want our roughest color to be here, which is not going to be 0. We want it to be a little bit reflective. But we don't want our... Oh, wait. Yeah, we don't want our brightest color. Wouldn't that be 0? I don't know how I'm controlling this. I'm trying to make it not as metallic in those metallic spots. I think this is how you do it. Alright, this should be a bit more dialed back. See, now it's too much, so we can dial this in. What is the roughness doing right now? Whoa, look at that pure mirror. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now, to be honest. Really don't. All right, let's render this. I don't think this is gonna look good. I think I screwed something up. This might even look cool if we throw like a red light over it or something. Light, area light, GZ, a little red area light. Oh yeah. Give it like a 30. Yeah, might be cool. I don't know. Let's render it. The only thing is now we're losing all the effects of the flames and stuff, so I'm gonna shut this one off for now. Alright, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I am gonna end this show. So let's just see at least how this looks. I gotta finish this before tomorrow night so I can live stream some Resident Evil 4. Okay, here we go. All right, let's test this out. Boom, I want to be bigger. I gotta make this lower. You want to be about like this. Okay, let's get this going again. Oh shit, there goes my camera. Create Guardian, yes, sure, whatever. Okay. Oh. So I kind of want to be like right here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool actually in the background. It'll look better when it's animated. What do I need to do here? I need to make this. I need to go a little higher. This is a pretty good height here. Okay, so now I just got to scale up my quest capture thing. Let me cast. Share. Cast. Coming to bed in 1 minute. Oh, sweet, it worked. Okay, boom. So yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to scale this window capture up a little bit. My camera raise now is not calibrated for the right colors or anything, so don't mind that. Okay, we're casting, it says. Full screen. Let me get the OBS going. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scale this up. Okay. So my camera just got to go up a little bit, I think. This is honestly not bad. Because I'll stand over here like this. I think the gameplay is kind of covered up though. I think I need to make myself a little bit smaller. Camera. Maybe something like that. And you can barely see the 4, of course. But I can kind of blend with the gameplay a little bit. I'm not even sure how this is capturing audio right now. Oh, it might not be actually. Add audio output capture VP cable. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. Testing. So the last thing that I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add a smooth transition for this line that's right here in between these two things. I'm probably going to have this wood stuff fade and overlap.
Resident Evil 4.
Oh, I can't wait to play this. This looks so sweet. Shooting range is right there right now. Let's do that. Sweet. Well, I guess we're playing some Resident Evil 4. Alright, here we go. This will be a good test for... Oh. Again. How do you... What the hell? Oh, it's like a menu button. How do you interact? I don't even know where my gun is. Handgun, start. I wonder if my microphone's going to pick up the game audio at all. It's kind of interesting. I guess I can test that. Different weapons. Yeah, I'm going to mute the game audio coming from the computer. And I'm going to see if it picks up the game audio through these headphones. Do you ever have to reload? Oh, it says right there, okay. Alright, that's it guys, that's it for tonight. That was a test, so we'll see if this pans out or not. I don't know. It's all a test. Alright guys, thanks for those that tuned in to the Virtual Steve Show. This was a bit of behind the scenes of the process. It was a bit of a cluster F at points, but at least we got some stuff done. We got this little thing done tonight. I don't know. It's a work in progress. It'll look better with the animation, with the fire going. It'll look animated and looping, hopefully. It'll be cool. So, we'll see. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next episode of the Virtual Steve Show, where we'll be live streaming this game next, this Resident Evil 4. So, I think this capture looks decent though. At least it does right now. I'm gonna go watch this back when I'm done recording here. See how this looks. We'll get into it. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace out.